Hello there, fine people of the internet. This is the Let's Be Friends podcast with me, Lucas, Born,
Hiya.
Luna, Wartburg, and the Killmeister.
Oh,
No
fuck.
joke. No joke, his name is actually Killmeister.
It's Killmister, shut up!
Which is almost better.
Liar.
Today's subject for our podcast is going to be television and whatever random stuff we come out with towards the end.
Like our babies with eye patches conversation.
Yeah, apart from we're not going to chisel their eyes out this time.
That was fucking messed up.
Yeah, no.
Let's slide back that, people. Let's just let go. Now, how has everyone's week been? Who wants to start?
I'll go. I've been doing quite a few things on the Rooster Teeth site this past week. I have more formally announced plans for the Rooster Teeth Midwest meetup in St. Louis this April 5th. There's a big Comic-Con coming to town. William Shatner will be there, Bruce Campbell, the cast of Boondock Saints, Eliza Dushku, Alan Tudyk, and somebody else that I'm missing. Are all going to be there. It's a big con. I'm going. There's a lot of people in the Midwest who don't have their own meetups, so we're doing one. Some people on the LBF thread, we might be doing some Rooster Teeth Group Olympics.
Oh, yeah,
We're still in the planning
stage.
stages of that.
I saw on that, though, that someone said they were going to try and get all the RT communities involved, and I immediately told people about it, and that just seemed like a really ambitious shot in the dark.
Yeah, I have no idea how it's really going to run. I think I wanted to do it with 5, 6, maybe 7 games, because each game is going to need an overseer, going to need a reporting structure, and how it's going to be run. And this is a test run. I don't want the people who are like, oh, we got to have all these different games. Like, no, I don't want to deal with that mess.
I think you find they're ambitious 14-year-olds usually.
Just be like, test run, people. 23. I've been through plenty of things on the internet. Take it slow. Expand later.
Because we definitely took it slow. I mean,
Oh yeah.
just a few weeks and already we've got YouTube, a podcast.
I know, it's like,
Yeah.
I've seen loads of groups recently have been formed and stuff like that. They've only been a week or... I'm not going to name any names, there's no point, because I don't want to stigmatise and start a witch hunt, but there's quite a few groups we've been paying attention to and stuff like that, and it's they're a week old and stuff like that, and because they've they've been sending out requests and going, oh, we've got 600 members, let's do a podcast. No, it just doesn't work like that. That's how things
There's
crash
laugh.
and burn.
Where's the mark? Somebody in the
Straight in the deep end.
Let's go mark how long it took Killy to laugh, and we'll have a running total going.
All right, I might have to do that in the editing. I might put up a visual counter.
Every time Kitty laughs, take
You
a
count
shot.
that as 2 laughs or 1? Because he
That's
broke his
2.
laugh there.
That was 2.
Born, if people were to do that, then they'd have liver poisoning.
Yeah,
It's
they'd be
incredible.
dead. They'd be dead by the end. We'd
Just-
wipe
just
out the
two
audience.
Two officers walking on the crime scene, what have we got? Well, he's wearing headphones on, and he's been drinking excessively. Damn, it's that Killy nonsense.
I did
that
drink
kids are doing
excessively this
nowadays.
week.
I heard about that.
The
Yelled
Drunken
at the
Shadow
lamppost.
made his
Oh,
return.
the drunken shadow.
This time on the adventures of the Drunken Shadow.
Yeah, I made the mistake of coming on Skype when I got back. That was a...
No, that was not a mistake. That was the best decision you could have made.
I'm sad to have missed it.
Apparently, I couldn't stop giggling, which is not really
You-
unusual, but still.
We're giggling so much.
Giggles 2.0.
This week's adventures of the Drunken Shadow faces off his enemy, the Bitey Girl, and gets bitten.
And
Telling that story.
also has a surprise appearance by a lamppost.
Special guest star.
featuring that bouncer. All right, okay. Now that we've gone over it, Killy has to say. Otherwise, people are just going to be left in the dark. What did you do this week, Killy?
First off, I've been given 2 weeks off at university because it's that time of the semester where the first semester has ended, and now, just because we've been back for 3 weeks, we get to blow all our hard-earned loan money, that sounds stupid.
Loads
Oh,
of
no.
You're
money.
going to say you're going to blow all your
Blow your
hard-earned load.
loads.
booze and nights out, and on Thursday me and my flat went out drinking, and yeah, it got eventful. I didn't stay at the club. I only stayed at the club for a good few hours, and then I left around midnight because I got a text from my drunken friend who was outside because she was trying to get in, but they were saying she was too hammered, so I came outside to take her home. She got a bit bitey. Bitey, she bit the bouncer on the hand.
Jesus.
When I tried to stop her, she bit me on the hand as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think you should carry a muzzle.
Get it
at all
checked
times.
out. Go to
If
a
you
doctor.
have that photo of the injury, it will be going in the link dump.
Well, the injury's pretty much gone now.
Damn it,
I
Killy.
mean, bite marks don't stay around for long, do they?
Oh, so you didn't get infected because she didn't break
You
the
got
skin.
rabies.
No, I'd be more worried if I got like an STD or something with a bite mark rather than that.
And rabies. Always afraid of the rabies.
Oh yeah, rabies. You can never trust anyone, not even a student now. Our healthcare is just. Anyway,
Okay.
yeah.
Bite marks are much better when they occur on necks.
No, that's called hickeys,
Nope.
and they're the most disgusting
Saucy.
things in the world. That
Oh,
and
you shut your mouth.
what else is disgusting? Justin Bieber's freedom. That's disgusting.
Ugh.
Anybody else is deported in his situation.
Apparently there was a petition going out in America. It's got 12,000 signatures saying they're calling on Justin Bieber to be deported back to
Yeah.
Canada.
Because honestly, it would be well within the government's rights to do so. I mean, he broke the law in a fairly serious situation.
Drag
Yes, but-
raced, fake
yes, but
He
ID,
drag racing a
drink driving.
Ferrari while he was drunk and high. That's
I thought it
pretty
was a
dangerous.
Wouldn't you say now, but because of that petition's existence, it makes it less likely the fact that he's going to be deported?
No, because it's got a month. They've got until the 22nd of February to reach 100,000 signatures. If it gets 100,000, Obama has to consider it.
Or he has to at least respond to it.
We have to respond, yeah, but to be honest, I don't even think Canada want him back.
But you know what was really awesome about that WhiteHouse.gov thing? A while back, they this group called the Empire made a petition to build a Death Star.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, I heard
And
about
it
that. Yeah.
exploded in popularity.
Yeah.
And then the White House came out and saying they came out with this really awesome like nerd response from the government. They had a lot of Star Wars jokes in there, and they said, "Well, it's like $600 trillion, and while the Force may be strong with the idea, we just can't make it work." And then a couple weeks later, another group was like, "Okay, if the government's gonna consider building a Death Star, we need a fleet of X-wings, so let's do this." And it also got a response from the president. It was pretty awesome.
That would be pretty cool, apart from the fact that America would be the first country in the world to own the X-Wings, and that the rest of the world would probably be fucked.
Yeah, because we'd have proton torpedoes.
Yeah, I realise that, but then again, they're not
Yes,
big
but-
enough.
yes, but you-
They're
you
just about the
realise-
size of a Womp Rat.
You forget the targeting system is completely shot on all of them.
Yeah.
No, you do what Luke did. You use the Force with an old man talking in your head.
You got to close your eyes.
Well, to be fair, they're not cross shooters. They shoot straight away from the guns. He used the Force to guide the torpedoes where they had to go.
I don't know what I think. I think going back to deporting Bieber, if we're gonna deport him, we should just send him to Brazil, because we always seem to have a billion fans on Twitter going, "Come to Brazil." Maybe they'll want him.
You do realise if he
Yeah.
got deported and then the Americans asked, okay, which country wants him? I can imagine the UK fan base would be coming over here, but then he wouldn't be welcome here because Jack Whitehall summed it up in the Big Fat Quiz of the Year. That in 4 days the whole country completely broke him. It was mainly the media and Twitter. It was just so funny. And he got slated by parents for being 2 hours late to a gig as well. That was hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but Bieber, we hate you, but at the same time, you bring me joy. I can slate you so much.
We all
The hate fills us with joy.
we all need a
Yeah.
villain.
Okay, now who wants to go out of Josh and Luna?
I'll go.
Alright.
Okay, so, not to be a downer, but my week was pretty sucky, to be honest. It's kind of a long story, and I don't really want to go into details. But
Is it
my
a
week,
conversation better said drunk?
yeah, probably.
Wait until the podcast's over.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
We'll get drunk. Well, I won't get
Can we
drunk. I'll watch
podcast?
you
Well,
guys.
I've got
Can we
Neither will I.
I've got
drunk
beer in my
sometimes?
room anyway, so yeah.
I'll say it once more. Goddamn dry January.
It's the
almost
last
over.
one, man.
Almost there.
Okay. Wait. But is there anything else you'd like to say, Luna?
What now?
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Basically, here's to hoping next week is a lot better.
Yay! I'll raise a glass to that, even though
I'll raise
the
my Mountain Dew
metaphorical
bottle.
glass to that.
I'll raise an
my
arm.
Coke.
Oh my god, I love Mountain
my
Dew
hand.
so much.
I have no drink.
And I think Josh needs a more well-rounded introduction since it's his first appearance on this
Debut
lovely
podcast.
adventure.
Throw the titles up now.
Also, yesterday was his birthday, so happy birthday, Josh! Yay!
Welcome to the adult club. It's all downhill from here.
Yeah, your childhood completely disappears. Look
The
back
big
on those
1-8.
years with tears and tubs of ice cream.
Started. Yeah. Got the blues already. It's all over.
Don't worry, you have a lifetime of drinking and self-deprivation.
Yeah.
Well ahead of you
Yeah,
on
it's
that.
true. There are some pluses.
Yeah, you can go to AA and meet people.
Yeah, I've met enough people here. Met enough alcoholics here. My liking.
Good old port towns.
But
God.
Josh, how was your week?
Yeah, it was pretty good. You know, standard. Not much. Went on. Birthday. Pretty good. Done.
I've never seen that was single words. That was brilliant.
It's almost as bad as Shinny's intro.
It's almost as bad as when I said like, "Oh, let's
It was
ask how
uneventful.
people's weeks were." Lolpool.
Yeah, but like I'm talking like an actual like how'd you get on the site and LBF and all that
okay.
because you've never been on the podcast before.
People want to know who Josh is.
Yeah,
Yes.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Explain
They
your
want to
deepest,
know.
darkest secrets because
Open
we
it
don't
up.
know who you are.
Open it up like a dating profile.
No. I need to drink first.
Good. Yeah, fuck, I can't talk right now.
With
Jesus
the amount
Christ.
of pretenders on dating websites, no wonder you'll need to drink.
Should I?
Anyway, if you don't want to, we can pass.
No,
fine.
I'll say how I got on the site if you want.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, it was about 3 months ago, I think I joined, and I've been meaning to do it for ages, but I was just lazy. But then I thought, might as well finally get around to it. Nothing going on. Got on the site, found the LBS thread after about a week, and here we are.
And the rest, as they say, is internet history.
Not exciting, but there
Oh,
you go.
yes.
That can always be found.
Yes. But speaking of site news, guess what got announced?
RTX 2014.
Fuck yeah!
And I can't
Guess
go.
who's going?
No, I can't
going.
either. Ugh, too poor.
I can't, not until next year.
See,
Then I will have to
I
meet
have
you
to make a
guys.
decision. I have to decide whether I want to go to RTX or if I want to continue saving up money to only potentially go to London for the summer meetup.
What do you mean
RTX.
potentially?
I
Wait,
don't know for a
When
fact.
did we
if I'll
decide
be
we're
able to
doing
get
a
all the
summer
money.
meetup? Nobody
that's
told
true.
me.
Oh, no, it's been, the whole meetup thing has been something in the works between me and a few others, mainly because I would have the accommodation, but that's sort of been thrown into a brick wall for now.
Okay.
Basically, what you're trying to say is that there's nothing to really report on until.
No, there is
until when
something to
there is
report
something.
on. It's just it's not really. It's going to be more written out in text rather than speech.
Alright, makes sense.
The
We'll move on.
internet does not deserve to hear of our plans at the moment.
Soon.
You are unworthy.
No, the
of
force
our
is just not.
plans.
The force is just not strong with them at the moment, as Palpatine would say.
Yes. Let the internet hate flow through you.
We just spent the first 15 minutes just quoting Star Wars mainly.
Hey, Star Wars is a lifestyle. Dude, I had a Star Wars prom.
Dude, that's awesome.
I like
Yeah,
how thi- I
we
like
walked
how
down
this-
we walked down Grand March with lightsabers while the Star Wars music. Sorry, I was blasphemy. Star Wars music is playing. Hey, first off, I'm a fan of both. Always will be. But I walked out when I
Sequels
walked. I
over
almost
prequels.
pulled out my leather Darth Maul mask and walked down with my my Maul lightsaber to the Imperial March, and it would have been awesome. But my date did not want me to do so.
What?
Stupid
Okay.
dates gotta ruin everything.
But we did have a few do the Princess Leia hair.
That's
And
pretty
we
cool.
had a 6-foot Millennium Falcon paper mache hanging from the ceiling by the disco ball, and it was awesome.
I love how the subject of this podcast is television, and the only thing we seem so far to mention about television is Star Trek, which was just glossed over as I'm a
And
fan.
Star Wars. Star Wars has been
films.
on TV. Attack of the Clones.
Yes, but nobody. That's the animated series.
I mean, the
They've
Clone
got,
Wars.
they've got a new animated.
It's still canon. I mean,
no, they've got a new
George
animated.
Lucas is like, yeah, it's pretty close to canon, if not canon.
They've got a
Happened.
new animated TV show for Star Wars coming out. Star Wars Rebels,
Yeah, I heard about that.
and the Inquisitor in that looks shit scary. Stormtroopers just don't look interesting anymore. They don't have the colour on their armour. That's all I cared about them. Alright.
Okay. Well, since we already discussed TV, we've had a good 15 minutes of intro. Let's get on to TV. A lot of stuff's been happening.
How was your week, Luke? Oh, it was fine, Luke. Don't worry.
Hey, you want to be the podcast manager. It ain't as easy as it looks. Can't forget yourself, bro.
I don't want to mention myself, because... Just carry on. Just go.
Well, then why have a sarcastic response
Because
to your own
nobody
ignorance?
thought of me.
Because all you're going to say was, my week was boring. That's all
No,
you're
it
going to say.
wasn't. This week was quite interesting. I did stuff.
Really? Did you
Yes.
do one thing and then the
I'm
rest
doing
was boring?
stuff. And things. Come on, Lori. Walking Dead reference.
References.
Lucas, what do you
Yes.
got? What do you got, bro? What do you got? Wow
What
us.
have I got? Well, I've not nearly, but not really nearly, finished all of my IT homework. It's been a good week. It's been a good week. It hasn't been depressing or anything, so that's a bonus.
That's always a positive.
Yes. And we found out about, since there's not going to be much gaming news stuff, I'll say it here now. I found out about a new game called Shadow of Mordor, and
Yeah.
I'm extremely looking forward to that. But I think all the criticisms about it, linking it to
It's being
Assassin's
slated
Creed, are
because
stupid.
it's like it's supposed to be like the more medieval looking, like more fantasy looking Assassin's Creed apparently, but that's only because the guys who worked at Ubisoft Toronto are completely trying to slate
No,
the game as much as possible.
It's not the guys. It's just the one guy.
The one guy. Well, I've seen quite a few.
Well, wasn't it
Guys.
just like the head? Was it? And he was.
No, it
going
doesn't matter
about,
if it's
"Hey,
the head
when-"
or not. It's some former development guys who worked on the main sort of like aspects and stuff like that around the characters' movements and all that, the engines. With
Because didn't you
Ubisoft
send
Toronto
out
for
like a very
Assassin's Creed 2.
sarcastic tweet saying, "Hey, when did we make a Lord of the Rings game?"
Yeah, he said all that stuff, but I just think it's a bit petty. I mean, to be honest, you can start doing all that stuff and that, but you can't really judge a game until you've seen the final version. Because they can still change some stuff if they've got the time, but I think it's being released this year, isn't it?
Yeah. Also, I think it's rather stupid to say about the animation style being too similar to Assassin's Creed 2, because I also think the animation style of Splinter Cell is quite similar. And
Well, this just goes back to the whole argument that nothing's original anymore. Every game's based off another game in some form of a way. First-person shooters are similar. The only things that are different are usually plots, graphics, storylines, textures, all that sort
And
of stuff.
gameplay.
They run off the sort of No, yeah, but they run off the same
So
sort of basic
practically
idea.
everything except the point of view.
Yeah.
So television.
yeah,
Yeah, back
television's
to TV.
Damn you,
Whoa,
Luke.
that's
Shadow
segue.
of Mordor.
Whoa,
Say segues are weird.
smooth.
Bo Burnham style.
smooth.
I like Bo Burnham. He's hilarious. But got a lot of TV news coming out in the past few months. I think beginning of this month was like the TCA tour, which I think is the Television Critics Association tour, I think.
Yeah.
And it's usually about the mid-season of most network television programs. Happens over their winter breaks.
It's coming around during the Super Bowl, isn't it, as well? They'll be showing a load of adverts.
Oh, yeah. But one of the big ones that I'm really interested in has been what Marvel's doing with their TV stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we mentioned a few weeks ago, we already talked about the Netflix deal with like Daredevil and Jessica Jones and Luke Cage and that. But this one is different. It'll probably be on ABC. It is the Agent Carter TV series. The Agent Carter from Captain America.
Yeah.
no, wait, is it a modern setting or is it a?
No,
it's
it'll be back
set,
in
it's set
it'll be
in
back in the 1940s.
right after the Captain
Right after
America
World-
the movie.
It'll be right
Okay,
after
just
the
checking.
climax of World War II by the looks of things.
Yeah, and they're in the process of deciding whether or not to write a new pilot or kind of remake the short that was on the Iron Man Blu-ray into a full-length pilot. Because it essentially is a pilot. It's like essentially a 25-minute first look into the world. And it
Yeah.
really wouldn't be that hard to add more into it. And because at the end, she ends up going to work for what will become S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
at the end of that pilot with Howard Stark at the head. And he said he wants to be on the show, and so does the guy who played Dum Dum Dugan.
Well,
And,
Dominic Cooper wants to be on the show.
yes, and so did Neil McDonough. I don't know how you say his last name. McDonough? maybe?
Donahue,
McDonagh.
Hamana.
And he played Dum Dum Dugan in Captain
Dum Dum
America, and he
Dugan.
said he wants to be on the show as well. And also on ABC's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Lady Sif will be coming in like the 15th episode. And she'll be fighting some superpowered villain or something, I guess.
From Asgard, no doubt.
So
Well,
Jamie Alexander will be on the show.
It's got to be some sort of superpowered villain. I mean, like it wouldn't make
Well, they've already
sense
had
if it was-
an Asgardian on the show.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it wouldn't make much sense if it was like a terrorist cell. Like she's a bit overpowered for that.
Nah,
They're all
she'd crush him
running
like a
in-
bug, and it'd literally be like 2 minutes of going, well, what else am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
Which would be actually kind of interesting, because nobody does that kind of stuff anymore. It's all, she's got to be like struggle and have her powers reduced and all that kind of stuff. Be like, no, she can just be a badass and take names.
See, I don't know anything about this, so I have no input.
Yeah, and I
Neither do
generally
I.
haven't been following S.H.I.E.L.D. because it just isn't as good as the DC Arrow.
Now the
It just isn't as
Shield,
good.
Agents of Shield hasn't been that. I have found it to be. I mean, I've watched it and stuff like that, and I've stuck around watching it mainly because it's
Yeah.
tying in with the films and stuff like that. But it just hasn't had the same
Yeah.
effect as like watching, like you said, the DC sort of shows.
All right,
And like, I think their plot, I'll get you in a second, Lucas.
Okay.
The plot of S.H.I.E.L.D. seems like it'd fit better in a 13-episode arc. To me, all their subplots and their B-sides seem like they would have been much better told at a quicker pace, with a little more given out than a few breadcrumbs each time.
Right, but I think that the reason why they did that was because their plan for Shield is also tie it into the movie universe. So like,
Well, yeah, it is though. Like, it's already established as part of the movie universe.
but
they don't need to try to do that. They already did.
Yes, but like, what if it was while they were writing the episodes, they decided to add in the Thor ones, and then they maybe bulked it out a bit more after that, due to Thor 2 coming out.
And to me, that takes away from whatever the producer's vision is. When if they did change things mid-season, it throws off their entire momentum of the show. Which the last 3 episodes have been much better. They've been dealing with a lot of the questions and stories that were presented in the first 9 episodes. But they're doing it at a crazy slow pace, and other shows are moving way quicker with better stories.
Fair enough.
Like
Alright,
Arrow, in the last 3 episodes, has got the origin of Red Hood, Deathstroke showing up in full costume and killing 5 guys in 30 seconds. Arrow's being actually Green Arrow now. They've had Bronze Tiger, China White, Solomon Grundy, Brother Blood, and dealing with an addiction arc in 3 episodes, and it's actually dealt with. And yeah, they're moving crazy fast on Arrow.
No, that's fair enough.
And it's for the good. Like, they're knocking the DC League of Assassins side of the world out of the fucking park.
I think the League of Assassins was pretty much covered through the 3 Batman films, really, wasn't
No,
it?
that's League of Shadows. They
Oh
are
shit! No, I
actually
knew I was going to
different.
get that confused.
They are different organizations usually Talia and somebody else runs the League of Assassins.
Yeah.
Because
Knew I
they're
was
more
gonna get that.
specialized in, like, we will go kill people. The League of Shadows is more of the subterfuge, infiltration type stuff.
Yeah, I knew I was going to get that one confused.
Yeah.
Oh well.
And, yeah.
I find it
Arrow's
interesting,
awesome.
though, that, I mean, this is like, God, this must have been a couple of weeks ago now and stuff like that, but they're closer to, there's been, like, rumours surfacing really closely that, for the Gotham TV series, that the identity of who's going to play Commissioner Gordon was revealed, and apparently they were linking it to, don't even know if I can pronounce his name right, Donald Logue, who, I think most recently he was in Sons of Anarchy playing Lee Torek, and he would have actually been a good one. But no, they just came out and denied all of that, and I think like the next day, like the heads of the show and stuff like that were saying that he's going to play Gordon's mentor, which I think is still a pretty good casting. But no, and then like I've been looking into it as well and stuff like that, and it does look like a really promising show because it's not like it's not like trying to take over from where the Dark Knight left off and stuff like that.
I'm told, from what I've read, producers have come out and said it is essentially going to be the origin story of Bruce Wayne more than anything.
It's going to be about him growing up, but they're also going to explore the origins of
the other
Gotham's most
characters
known,
in the
Gotham's
universe.
most famous villains. So it'll be like the Penguin, Catwoman. I don't know if they're going to go into the Joker, but I know they're going to go. I hope they go into the Riddler, really, because I read.
Now, the origin of Catwoman would be actually pretty cool to see in an episodic arc.
Yeah,
Because it's not like one thing happened to make her that way. Like the Joker, like, yeah, he was a crazy mastermind, but then, you know, he fell into vat of chemicals and became the Joker.
Well, that's
I think it might
a
it
story.
might do. Yeah, and plus it might do some
It's
good.
the most
actually.
most popular and popularly used backstory for the Joker.
Plus, it must be. It should be. I think it's going to be really interesting to see it take a more TV episodic arc perspective, run the big screen because it's happening before the Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, Superman, Batman crossover in 2015.
That got pushed back 10 months.
Yeah.
But it's still in production. Like, they didn't halt production.
No, it's starting now because they're starting to. They've been starting. They've been. I think they've been shooting for a couple of weeks or something because Ben Affleck had to call off. Had to pull out of. I was reading this this evening just before we started. He had to pull out of a film too, so he could start shooting earlier.
Yeah, and
It just seemed a bit ambitious, though. I think it's the right move to push it back. It just seemed incredibly ambitious.
They felt like they were rushing it. And
Yeah. There's no need to rush, because, I mean, okay, you've got the Avengers Age of Ultron coming out. That's probably their biggest competition.
But it's like that thing's going to make money no matter if you have a movie out or not. The Avengers 2 is going to destroy whatever you put out. So don't try to compete.
Nah.
Make your own vision and do it your way.
In regards to the Superman Batman crossover, they've got Ben Affleck, who's currently, I reckon, he's at the peak of his career right now, and Henry Cavill, who's actually starting to become a more known actor, especially after
he's Superman.
Yeah, because of Superman. But back onto the TV show and stuff like that. I think it's going to be quite interesting who they cast as Bruce Wayne as well, because he's going to have a hell of a lot doing because he's got to go through the emotional trauma, all that sort of stuff. Alfred will be a good one to see who they cast for that as well if he's in it. But I think the show's mainly focusing on Gordon.
For the actor of Bruce Wayne,
Well,
they should just
the
make him a
producer
method
said the
actor and
main
kill his
focus-
parents.
I don't know, by the looks of things, like the
Jesus.
The
synopsis.
producer said the main focus is Bruce Wayne, and there will be time jumps to show his
Did you
character
just
growth.
gloss over what she said?
Yeah, I don't know what she said.
She said she's
We're
going to kill
ignoring
an
it.
actor's parents.
She's gonna kill.
Make
She's
him a
gonna kill
method
him.
actor.
She's gonna kill him.
orphan a 9-year-old child.
And then
20
wait like
years,
10
you can make a
years.
television show.
Great. I can already see the thumbnail for this podcast: an orphan child with a cardboard cutout on the street.
It's like the
That's
Truman
what
Show.
I'm seeing now.
Nah, I might try something with Crime Alley.
Maybe the Truman
Saying,
Show
damn
2.0.
you, TV producers, you killed my parents.
Yeah, but anyway, that's the only news I've got really, apart from talking about the Game of Thrones season 4 trailer, which I loved.
But I want to stick on Batman for a second.
Go Batman.
The 60s Batman is going to get the full series Blu-ray release later this year.
Yes,
Yeah. Ooh,
finally. Love
is that Adam?
Yes.
Cool.
The Adam West
Adam
Batman
West.
series.
Ooh, I love that one.
Best one.
I may actually take the
Better than
time to
Christian
watch
Bale.
it.
It's so stupid how he wrestles that shark though at the same time. It's genius.
Anti-shark spray.
Can
Explodes.
I just say, do you think Adam West knew he was Batman? Like, no, wait, he didn't know he was Adam West. Like,
He probably thought he was Batman the entire time he was acting. I am not Adam West anymore. I'm Batman.
all the actors thought they were just the characters in the show, and they shot the entire show in that one day.
Well, but Christian Bale didn't wish he was Batman. He had to talk in that deep voice the entire time. That must have killed his throat.
Oh, wait.
My parents are dead!
Wait, everyone try to do their best Batman voice. Go, Josh.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Okay, right.
I can do the monologue from Batman the Animated Series.
Luna, go.
My parents are dead!
Okay. Tom, go.
I am fear. I am vengeance. I am Batman!
I thought you were trying to quote Smag then from The Hobbit.
Nope.
Killy,
From the Batman the Animated Series.
Killy, best Batman.
There we go.
Perfect.
That's all he does for
Wait.
me. It's just
Christian, is that you?
Sounds like you've been goggling marbles.
Luke's going to completely wow us.
I don't know where the drugs are going. I swear to God. Swear to me.
Oh, that's pretty good.
He only wanted to do that because he knew he was going to win it.
Where are the drugs going?
Okay, we get it.
The college humor version of that is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Like when he's picking his voice. Like, oh, this? I just lost my voice.
Oh, Thomas, that is very funny. Sorry.
Oh my god.
No one knew who I was until I put on the mask.
Oh, God. Let's get off the quotes.
We've really gone
Yes.
off topic. We've gone from TV.
All right,
to
back to
films
TV.
Batman
Game of
impressions.
Thrones season 4 trailer.
Yes,
blew my mind.
yes. Oh, how can you not care?
I'm rewatching season 1 right now on my Blu-ray player.
I've just finished rewatching series 2 because I wanted to pick out some good points. I mean, I've read the books like a bazillion. I read like the books from the first one to Dance with Dragons.
Let me
I've
tell
never
you
read any of the
everything I
books.
know about Game of Thrones.
Okay,
Incest, dragons, naked
Joffrey?
people.
Joffrey
Yes.
Baratheon is a douche.
No, I think
Well,
you
he's not
find
even a Baratheon. He's Joffrey
no.
Lannister because he's a bastard.
Joffrey Baratheon, I think you find is actually a cunt. But yeah, go for it.
Daenerys Targaryen is the mother of dragons, and she's also really hot.
And she will be corrupted by power.
James
And
Franco.
there's a lot of incest.
Well, I wouldn't say a
there's
lot.
not, there's not.
I would say
It
it's
was
there.
It was the first
It's moderate.
episode that people moaned about.
I think it's pretty safe to say now we need to put an explicit tag on this.
Hey, it
Why
was
did
3,
I-
it was
why?
3
Because I
years
said the
ago,
word cunt.
man. It was 3 years ago. They
And
can
incest.
get caught up.
Oh. Wait, do I have to get bleeped out now forever I say that word?
No,
Not safe for
no.
work.
We never self-censor.
No,
You
we just need to
self-censored me in the first one!
put- We just need to put.
I didn't edit the first one.
Well, whoever edited the first
Shinny
one
did.
censored me. I'm the only one to be censored, only because I mentioned a slight spoiler.
Yeah, your
A
face
slight
needs
spoiler.
to be
Listen,
censored,
the
okay?
word cunt is different to what a spoiler is.
Yeah. Priorities, guys.
One's a vagina, one can ruin a television
Lauren, don't
show.
forget, you need to speak into your microphone louder.
No. One's a vagina, one can ruin your life.
I thought they
Well-
both could ruin your life, technically. But yeah,
Well,
we're not
yeah,
getting
Yeah,
it.
I was
okay.
gonna go there, but I didn't.
Alright, no, really.
Why is
Okay,
all my money
so-
gone?
Game of Thrones, Walking Dead trailer dropped as well.
Yeah, I haven't been paying attention to The Walking Dead because my friends on my course, they just keep spoiling it week in, week out. I just gave up watching it. Because, I mean, I want to, but at the same time, if I know what's going to happen, I just feel like I'm wasting my time watching it.
I'm just
Yeah.
really lazy.
I know
and
I
stuff,
know, like, by mid-season, it completely went tits up for them, as it would do in a zombie apocalypse world. Whoops. But,
Yeah.
no, I thought it looked really good, though.
Yeah, I quit watching it after season 2. I just...
Mm.
They lost me.
I don't know. People keep on saying like how good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I read like the graphic. I started reading the graphic novels and stuff like that, and I find them really good. Especially like the artwork really captivated me for some reason. Don't know why. I never usually get captivated by artwork. No, and then I started like watching season 1, season 2, and I thought the only reason I stuck around watching it is because you know what, there hadn't been a really good zombie related TV show in years, and this completely wowed us. But then it just like, I don't know. It just like loses. It just sort of lost its edge after a while. Like season 3 went a bit slow for me. I mean, I'm not going to deny that it had really great characters and stuff like that. I mean, I thought the Morrissey and the whole role with the governor was absolutely brilliant. But no, and then like with the spoilers and stuff like that, with my mate spoiling it, saying, "Oh, did you hear about what this happened?" Blah 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 blah. And then I'm just, yeah, it just killed it for me. Spoilers, 2014, they still exist.
Yeah, see, I don't know any of the characters or anything because I haven't watched it. So if someone said something about it to me, I would have no idea what they were talking about and promptly erase it from my memory.
All I know is
Rick,
that there's
Rick
Chinese...
is a ghost.
Rick is a ghost. Daryl is really in the loony bin.
T-Dog is a
Glenn-
warlock.
Carl is from the
And
future.
Daryl is Jesus Christ reborn. This is really just the this is just really the second coming of Jesus. It's the
It's all a
7-year
dream.
war between Satan. Yeah,
I loved the... okay, you know what happens to T-Dog, right, Kelly?
yeah, I know what happens to T-Dog. I thought that.
Okay.
I thought
now,
that.
of course,
that
he's not the most well-rounded of characters, right?
you
I mean, he's there. He's known as T-Dog for 3 fucking seasons. But I love when it happened that all my Facebook posts were just flooded with pics of him, like in like the whole like Jesus like angel pose thing.
Yeah.
Like T-Dog, we will never forget you. We never even knew your name.
Okay, so
There's
we're
one,
already. What? Go on.
I'm just saying, there's one subplot I don't think has ever been explored in a zombie TV show, where like it's the necrophiliac's dream And, like, there's that one person in the group that you have to keep an eye on.
Yeah, moving on.
Like Jon Lojoie, MC Necrophilia.
Just move on. We've already
MC
talked about
necrophilia,
where all the
where
dead bodies at?
We've already talked about incest. Let's not go to fucking dead corpses. Seriously.
Like,
So
Easy to
we're already at 40 minutes. Can we
I know,
talk
we're getting
about?
there, we're getting there. I got a few more things to roll through.
Can we talk about Supernatural?
That's one of my top things. Hold thine horses.
Fine horses. Look
It
at
is
the link
number
script.
one on my list.
Okay, I know. We'll get there.
Spoiler.
Calm yourself. Okay, Community, Troy left. It's getting a 6th season, more than likely. Six seasons and a movie.
Six seasons in a movie.
Well, that was the joke from Dan Harmon in season 1. Hashtag
Oh.
6 seasons and a movie in all of his tweets. And now it's looking extremely likely.
So a joke has become reality.
Dude got fired for season 4. All of a sudden they realized, wow, the show sucks without you because it was your entire brainchild. Kind of like Lucas's Star Wars, more or less.
Yes.
I mean, it is meta comedy at its absolute finest every single week. And the only show which does it even close to that is Supernatural, but that's for another topic. And then all of a sudden he gets hired back for season 5, and their ratings are through the fucking roof. So they're like, yeah, it'll probably be back.
Did you just
HBO
call it
Go.
the roof?
And
Oh, yeah,
HBO Go is
HBO
coming to
Go's.
PlayStation 3.
Why are they not releasing
And-
it to the Xbox?
They probably will. I mean, I'd assume they will. If they would, I wonder if they're doing it just because they think the Halo stuff is going to be Xbox exclusive.
I'm thinking though the reason they're I don't know, HBO's just like the sound of it now just coming. I think they're just coming too late and stuff like that. Like because Netflix and all that are just suddenly about Sky TV, Netflix.
Yeah, because HBO Go only
Love
exists
them.
pretty much because of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I reckon they're just trying to capitalize now before.
Yeah, I don't think it'll have the longevity that they're thinking of, but it could still happen. How I Met Your Mother had a racism controversy over their like their third slap 3, slap.
Not
Clinton
really.
and slap
That's
Mara.
not really surprising though.
But honestly, I did find it interesting because they weren't being insulting about it.
No.
Like, they were riffing off characters in martial arts movies, which are overwhelmingly Asian.
Yeah.
They are. I mean, that's
No,
just
no, they
Hollywood.
are. Yeah, I can see where this is going already.
And they're riffing off those characters, not the fact that they're Asian.
Was there an "oh, that's
But
my uncle" joke?
It's a very fine line. And maybe they shouldn't have even tried
Well,
going
I think
there.
But it's the
just-
public. It's the public spinning it out of control.
I
at that
just
point.
It's
think
like-
the main difference is that usually in those Asian movies, it's an Asian person doing it, and it's just, I guess, it just feels different when it's a different ethnicity doing it themselves.
It's not even that. It's the fact
But they're not
that
interpreting that character. They're just making a spoof of it.
it's the fact that because it's like recent years and stuff like that, racism in TV and stuff like that. It's just been escalating. Like the tension's so delicate now. Anything, even if you just accidentally slip a line and it was the wrong reference or something like that, you were referring to another thing, not considering that you were referring to, like say for instance by accident, a racial stereotype. You can easily just get slated for it. It's a bit ridiculous how far it's escalated, but I don't know why. It's just that, I don't know. I'm just jambling words right now. That's my anger talking.
Yeah.
Hateful
Yeah,
as
like
shit.
the creators were like, yeah, this was just supposed to be an homage to Kung Fu movies.
Yeah.
But, turned out it didn't work.
Well, people misinterpret. Different people interpret different things,
Yeah.
don't they? That's it, really.
Yeah.
That's
Last bit of news, quick, so we can move on. The Flash is getting a full order pilot, not a backdoor pilot in Arrow, as was supposed to happen. He will be the Flash with a costume, superpowers, the whole gig. They cast his stepfather. They've cast Iris, I think, or they will be casting Iris West, his future wife.
Ooh.
Our Man is also possibly being developed by the CW. No Wonder Woman TV show moving forward on the CW, probably
thank
because
God
of the
for that.
movie. Although the concept for their Amazon show actually was pretty solid. It was set
yeah.
entirely on the island of Themyscira for the first few episodes, from what they said.
It seems a bit smart though that they're now not doing the Wonder Woman
Yeah.
TV show. That they've
But-
confirmed that she's going to be in the next Batman. This
Yeah,
next
but
Superman
CW
film.
does have a pretty good record with DC shows.
Yeah, but at the same time, you don't really want two things. You don't really want two.
Yes.
You don't really want both
I hear you
things in
there.
the field.
But which is why I wonder what the hell they're going to do with Arrow. Because
I swear they're in. I mean, is that already in its? Is that just in its first season or a second season?
second
Second.
season, is it crossed 3.5 million viewers, which is the highest on any show of any CW thing ever.
I reckon that'll get extended then.
Oh, I guarantee it. It's critically well acclaimed too. It's great storytelling, very fast pace,
Yeah.
tight plots, no loose threads that never get touched on again.
Yeah, that's true.
And they have great villains. Like if they don't put Arrow in the movies, they're missing out on a lot of great villains that they've had on the show.
See, that's what I've always preferred with DC to Marvel. Marvel, the villains, okay, they're memorable and stuff like that, but with DC, they're dark, and you can easily remember their names and stuff like that. And
they're not always that dark, though. You got the Flash's Rogues. The Flash's Rogues gallery, when the villains took over the world, were like, whoa, we're not about that, so we're going to fight you.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I think both sides are pretty much equal on the villains front.
Dude, Joker, Lex Luthor, just saying.
Joker.
Yeah.
That's
I don't like
the
Lex
top
Luthor.
two. But in terms of a villain in his standing in his own universe, as a human,
I mean, you don't remember
big fucking deal.
You don't remember Killian from the Iron Man Extremis arc or stuff like that. They're just, I don't know why. I mean, okay, they're alright villains and stuff like that, but they're just not memorable ones.
And then the Iron Man villains have really done well.
Nah, the Mandarin was the really memorable one, but
Spoiler.
And also, at the start of his career in the comic books, the Mandarin was a bit of a joke.
yeah, which was reflected in the Iron Man 3 film. Spoiler.
Which, you know what?
I
I
heard
should've
that
seen
one
it.
was just
Let's get off that
awful.
quick. Couple more news things. Veronica Mars is possibly getting a spin-off on this CW as well.
Never watched that show.
Wait,
That
Never watched
network
that
is
show.
getting is very underrated. The CW. I
Wait,
think.
she's getting a movie, isn't she?
Yes, and there might also be a spin-off.
That was after Kickstarter, wasn't it?
Kickstarter helped get that movie off the ground. Yeah.
Kickstarter's helping a lot of projects. God bless you.
Although I actually listened to a really interesting thing on Greg Miller's YouTube channel. It's like his conversation with Colin about how Kickstarter doesn't work and shouldn't be used as it is,
Yeah.
because there is no guarantee if you're going to be a big investor that you get anything worth your investment.
Yeah, because
There is no risk, it's like solver, I guess. Like there is no. It's all the risk is all on the people giving the money.
Yeah, I mean with this, there was this alright, this is just quickly going off the topic of TV and it's just going on to a game. I'm not going to name the title and stuff like that, but there was this game on Kickstarter that was already raised $300,000 in like the first few days and stuff like that, and there was like guarantees saying like, okay, you'll be open to the beta testing. Okay, that's fair enough. And if you give over $600, we'll hand forge you a sword and send it to you with your copy of your game, stuff like that. But at the same time, yeah, the risk is just massive. But at the same time, if you've got these sort of development, if you've got these game developers coming out and offering these sorts of gifts at the same time, which you know are going to be extremely expensive, or you hope, and stuff like that, then I guess like people see like, oh, they're really serious about it, there's no way they can go under the toilet. But then again, the risk is always there.
Was it a real sword you could get?
But yeah,
Use it.
And
no idea.
this is a
It's not like
supernatural
other
story
ones.
for you, Meg.
I want to use it in battle.
Supernatural.
Leading into our TV show favorites, the CW president has come out and said Supernatural can go on as long as it wants.
Yes.
Because it's still getting great ratings. The crew still wants to do it. So, go for it.
That's always
And
a
it
good
is a
sign, isn't it?
fantastic show.
It's amazing, which we'll get into in a minute. So,
Yay.
that's the news for our podcast. What we have on the agenda now is we're going to go through our top shows that are both on the air and our top shows for all time. We will do so individually, first doing what is on the air currently. We will do the all-time favorites on the second go-round.
Okay.
We shall start with Lucas.
God damn it.
Damn it, I wanted to do it.
That's just
Cam can go second. Meg third. And Born fourth. And myself last. Best for last, 2014.
Luke,
to-
wow us.
wait, I just want to say to all our lovely viewers out there, we're on Skype currently recording this, and Bourne has the greatest picture ever of Alan Partridge.
Brilliant.
I'll put it
Very
up on
good
the
television
audio right
show. I
now.
wonder if Bourne's put that on his list.
is.
I'm Alan Partridge.
Alright, anyway, stop sidetracking.
Alright.
Get on with the
Lucas,
subject.
Let's roll.
Okay, on the air, can I mention things that I've just finished?
Yeah. So
Okay.
long as it's
Well,
in
are they being renewed, or
Well,
is it done?
Yes.
Okay, for stipulation, if it's still in production, like it will be renewed and they'll make new episodes in the future, that's on the air right now.
Okay, all right.
If
I
it's
need to
done,
double-check one
they've
of
had
mine
the
then.
series finale, they're done with production, that will be stuff that can be included in the all-time list.
Okay, well then first.
But your all-time list could also include stuff that is on the air.
Okay, well first is for me obviously going to be Sherlock, because as short as the series is, 3 episodes per series. I said per series. Anyway, it does well, and what I like most about it is that it takes the actual stories from the book and then places it in the modern setting and puts its own little spin on it, which I really, really like. And I like the first 2 seasons were the best. This third season, the main, I won't go into spoilers, but the main antagonist, I don't know. I don't think they gave him enough time to develop as much as Moriarty did in the last 2 seasons, and he didn't feel that great of a villain. But going into this 4th season now, I'm really, really looking forward to it, and I think it's going to be great.
Are you a cumber bitch?
I'm not that big on the whole John Sherlock romance thing. I think people will go a bit far with
That's
that.
just fan.
Oh,
Oh god, that's
God,
going to be
the
another
whole
set of
John
fan
one.
Welcome
fiction,
to the
isn't it?
supernatural
the
world.
fanfic.
Oh god, this...
Wincest.
Oh,
God.
no, we don't talk about Wincest.
Can have a picture of a hobbit and a dragon.
All right, Lucas,
fucking
what's
each
your number
other.
2?
Okay, well, my number 2 is going to be Doctor Who. I am
Of course.
You goddamn Hoovian.
I'm such a Whovian.
Goddamn Hoovian, my kidneys.
My goodness! I don't like the colour.
Anyway,
Best first line ever. But I'm really looking forward to see what Peter Capaldi is gonna do. And I'm quite interested in what story arc they're gonna go, because the whole Time War era of the show is over, and now they're gonna move on to something, and I want to see what they could possibly do with that, because it's like a new beginning.
new
But,
beginnings.
All right, Trace, go.
Oh,
No, Trey, 3. What's your 3rd, Luke? What else you got?
I was going to say, what the hell are you?
Trace, the Spanish word for 3.
I don't watch.
yeah.
I don't watch much TV.
Or should I say, try?
Can I just have those 2?
Okay, you only have 2? That's cool.
Yeah, because I don't
Alright.
watch much TV,
It's anywhere from 1 to 4, so whatevs.
even though I asked to be on the TV podcast.
Yes, I found that to be odd. Cameron,
Okay. Well, the first one's a definite no-brainer for me. Game of Thrones.
yep.
I've also put that, just to clarify, as one of my all-time favorites as well. But
We'll
the
get you
last
on the
season.
second run
Yeah, I
through.
know.
Don't get ahead of me.
I'm not. Well, I am technically, but no, like the last season, the final 2 episodes of the last season, I've never seen like a show become like in such a short span of time become such like it was the climax to the 9th episode in the 3rd season.
Jesus Christ!
It
I
became
still remember
such
that.
a cult. It's become such a cult icon now in television history. Like whenever you mention the Red Wedding, people will know. They'll either get angry, sad, or they'll just express some other emotion. I mean, I remember. When I read it in the books for the first time and stuff like that, I have never punched a wall so hard. I broke my little finger doing it as well. I was so angry because it was so unexpected, and the way they executed that in the television series was just, it was perfect. And
the whole 3rd season was awesome. I can't believe
Yeah.
I never thought they could redeem Jaime Lannister for me.
No.
They did.
But the 3rd season for me, what it was really about for me was sort of like the downfall of 3 characters. It's when they hit their lowest, and for me it was the 3 characters. It was Tyrion, it was Jaime, and it was also Robb Stark, because it was mainly focused on them 3. It was about their downfalls, and to get them to the lowest points. Because Robb, after he marries Talissa, he starts losing troops. He loses the Freys and the Karstarks. For Jaime, obviously he's still a prisoner in Brienne's captivity, and then I don't really want to spoil it for anyone else, like what happens, unless you have read the book. But they obviously encounter some trouble on the way. And And with Tyrion, he's like, he was wounded after the battle and stuff like that, and then his father's come back, Tywin, who I think Charles Dance has done a fantastic job of Tywin, and he just comes by and does all that. But the one character for me who really stood out that season, despite his lack of appearances up until the final few episodes, was Roose Bolton. The fantastic acting from what he's done with the books and stuff like that, and he...
Wait, which character?
Roose Bolton, who's played by Michael McElhatton, I think this is his name.
Fuck, who's that?
He is the... do you guys know what happens at the Red Wedding?
No.
Yeah, which one
he is the one... Can I say...
Is he the guy who's the father of the dude who...
No. He's the guy who... Yeah, he's the father of Ramsay who tortures Theon, but he's also the guy...
Okay, that guy. I know who you're talking about.
He's that guy. Because he truly reflects how the whole Game of Thrones is supposed to be played. He was an outsider in the beginning of Season 2, or he looked like an outsider when he was first introduced in Season 2, and then he rises up to become this massive player and completely turns the tables.
Yeah.
But that's a true reflection. Anyway,
I just can't wait for a certain black-haired dude to find out what happened to his family and be like, what the fuck is happening? And then he's going to go and kill everybody. Yeah. Which I know he doesn't, because I know what happens in the books.
I know what happens in the books, but that's what it's supposed to set it up. It's supposed to set up like, alright, he's done this. I need revenge.
Because it's like, his entire family is like, fucked.
His entire family's gone, pretty much.
He thinks they are.
He thinks they are, yeah.
And it's like, yeah, dude, and Ari, dude, she's going to be one fucked up chick when she grows up.
She's the tomboy. She'll get fucked.
No, she's going to be like, mentally just, she's basically Batman. But with a sword.
Yeah.
And a willingness to kill people.
Yeah. Right.
Mentally,
I'll move on from that now, because I could talk about Game of Thrones all day. The second for me at the moment is Sons of Anarchy. They've renewed it for a 7th, and I think it's going to be its final season. And the climax of that season, it made me cry.
All right.
And then my third is Justified with Timothy Oliphant. It's already been renewed for its 6th and final season, even though the 5th season's only just aired. And the 4th one, which is courtesy of Netflix, It's Always Sunny in Philly.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it.
Have you enjoyed my
I think Charlie Day
gifts on the
Charlie Day is really, like, some of the episodes Charlie Day has written. He also acts in it as well because he obviously plays the character Charlie. No, it's just really good because they're 4 people you're just supposed to, well, the 5 technically if you count Danny DeVito, who I think's funny at that as well.
He's more than a person.
Yeah, he's more than, well, he's not. He's a goat man. You know, watched Hercules?
He's fucking DeVito, bro.
Yeah, but it's just so funny because they explore all these sort of, they explore all of the awkward and not to talk about topics in society. Like you talked about your friends, like you'd be racist or stuff about homosexuals and all that sort of stuff. It just explores all that sorts of views, and they're characters you're supposed to hate, but you just still laugh with them and at them. But yeah, and yeah, those are my 4 that I've got down.
All right, Meg.
Okay, so my 4, which is sort of 5, but 2 of them are tied together. My top favorite show of all time, and that is currently on air, is Supernatural, obviously, because it's amazing. And I consider the season 5 finale, Swan Song, to be, for me, the single greatest episode of television.
What about The French Mistake?
The French Mistake was hilarious, but never will anything measure up to Swan Song.
I don't know. French Mistake, I don't think I've ever laughed that hard at a TV show.
It was a good, funny episode, but for, like, serious, like, just heart-clenching episodes.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. It's in my top 5.
My second one, and these are not in order. Supernatural is my first favorite, like, top favorite of all time. But other than that, these are not in order. Another one of my favorites is actually The Vampire Diaries, which I would not give it a chance for so long because I thought it was going to be a TV version of Twilight. And I hate Twilight for obvious reasons. You
guys can all go check back our movie podcast to check how much we hate Twilight. I can't talk. I'm sorry. It's been an hour. Jesus.
I thought I was going to hate it because I thought it was going to be like a TV version of Twilight. So I heard that there were vampires and werewolves and there was a love triangle, and I was just like, oh no, gross. That sounds like Twilight. Nope, not at all. it actually... So basically, the premise is like Twilight done correctly. Like, Stephanie Meyer, terrible author. She had an interesting concept, executed it horribly. This is like if it was done right. So, I really love that show. And the tie-in show, The Originals, which is about the original family of vampires, that is where all other vampires spawned from, and their general dysfunctional family. A couple of my other favorites are Doctor Who and Sherlock. I'm a little behind on those, so I was hesitant to put them on my list, but they really are fantastic shows, and I've watched them faithfully for quite a while, so I felt like I had to put them on there, even though I'm behind on them. For Sherlock, I have not seen season 3 yet, and for Doctor Who, I'm like a full season behind. But I'm really excited to catch up on that and then see what Peter Capaldi does as the Doctor. I think he's going to be really good at it, and I'm really excited for that. So those are my top TV shows that are on the air.
All right, Born, what do we got?
I got Sherlock as well. Surprise, surprise. Common one. I got Doctor Who, which sort of Luke has gone over. I'm really sort of excited, really, for Capaldi, obviously, because I thought they had a bit of a wobble for Series 7. I thought it was not as good as 5 and 6, but I think they really pulled it back towards the end, and I think I'm just really excited to see what happens for Series 8. I got Peep Show as well. It's a comedy show, sitcom about two flatmates.
Oh, Peep Show. Did you mention Peep Show?
Yeah.
Oh, you genius. That's a good one to mention.
Wartburg, I would like you to add that to my list.
I just...
Thank you, Josh.
Right. I just imagine my life being like that one day.
Sounds decidedly British.
It's very British, and it's incredibly funny.
Very
It's so
cringeworthy.
If you can, watch it if you can, but I don't know if you're going to get... well, you should get it, actually, because it doesn't make like a load of British references. It's just about two dudes trying to make their way in life. It's actually pretty funny.
Pants before trousers, but pants always before socks. Never socks before pants. Makes a man look scary, like a chicken.
Incredible show, especially Super Hands. Crack, very Moorish. And I couldn't decide on a fourth show because I'm sort of behind on TV and I had Audacity to work on. So they're my 3 current on air.
Okay.
Wait. One more Peep Show quote. Jeremy, I'm off the crack and I've run all the way to Windsor.
How did you run to Windsor? Just slumped.
Okay.
All right. My 4, 2 of them have already been mentioned. My top is Game of Thrones, just barely, but it is just barely above Supernatural.
They left it on such a good climax though, which I think is why Game of Thrones could possibly top it.
And Supernatural, if they wouldn't have had the 2 down years of 6 and 7, would be my number 1.
Oh yeah, we don't.
But
talk about
they brought back a director to bring us out of the showrunner or the head writer from seasons 1 through 5 to be the new showrunner, and he brought us out of the Dark Ages in seasons 8 and now 9, and 9 is fantastic so far.
Oh my god, it's so good so far.
Just introduced some very major biblical characters. And
yeah, I heard.
Cain.
Would it spoil? Yeah, okay. I wasn't sure if it would spoil it.
I'm not gonna say how. That was in press releases for the episode, so it's not really a spoiler.
Okay. I saw gifs of it on Tumblr.
He's from a show. Really the guy who plays Cain is from another show on my list. Arrow is my 3rd favorite, even though it's only had a season and a half. It is quickly becoming one of my favorite shows.
That's always good to hear.
As I've already said, they nail that side of the DC universe. You know, he's a great Arrow, playing the psychologically tortured, because his character spent 5 years on an island more or less, and had to deal with a lot of trauma, and it's a really, really well told show. And my 4th is a tie, but only because their senses of humor are pretty similar.
Yeah.
In Castle, because I love Nathan Fillion.
Yes.
And Psych, because James Roday and Dule Hill had better host fucking Saturday Night Live as a duo before the show is over. because they'd
enough.
be awesome. And the humor in that show is so damn good. When Kiri Ules shows up and they do his Despero stories, it's just awesome.
Fair enough.
So those are my 4. So let's go through the same order. All-time favorite shows. Lucas.
All-time favorite. Okay. Doctor Who is my all-time favorite. I'm replacing it with the Sherlock one because I'm including even the original episodes in that, which I've seen all of, and now I'm realizing that I probably shouldn't mention because it sounds like I have no life. Then
We're on an internet podcast. What kind of life do you think you have?
That's great. That's making me feel really positive about my life
the
now.
most
Hey, I came to
glamorous.
terms with it. I came to terms with it a few weeks
I
ago.
know. I'm coming to terms with it soon.
Thing is though, like, my friend found out and he linked it to all my other friends, and I was just sitting in my room going, "I've made a terrible mistake."
Have they been making fun? Have they been picking on you?
No, they've actually been very nice about it.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Fishguard lads. Okay,
Wait, another place that doesn't exist?
motherfucker. I swear to God.
Hey, we went an hour without a Welsh joke. Just saying.
We did go very long, and I wasn't the first one to make it.
Yeah, I'm the American. I get away with it.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Because America, fuck yeah.
Then second has to be Friends. Nobody shout at me, but I just love. It's all
I'll
about Chandler
be
Bing.
there for
That's actually on my
you.
list too.
Yeah,
Let's be friends, motherfuckers.
My
it's all
God.
about Chandler Bing, like that show, and I watch it mainly for him. That man is hilarious.
Well, he is better than Wimpy Ross.
Hi guys,
Hi guys,
Hello.
I'm chasing weight too.
I like dinosaurs, guys.
I got married again, guys.
My wife's a lesbian.
I'm sad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Moving on from ripping on Ross.
Third-
I'm a
It
giraffe
is,
in Madagascar. Sorry.
Oh my god.
Oh, Lucas,
Third-
let's keep going.
Third is UK being human, specifying because I've never seen the American
You
one.
son of
I
a
don't
bitch! You mentioned my one.
wanna-
He mentioned one of mine too.
Oh, God.
Then Sherlock, even though I've only recently got into it, I just love the show. I haven't picked a fifth. Wait, let me pull one out of nothing.
Well, we're not doing 5.
Oh, okay, then yeah, this one.
It's 1 through 4. We have time constraints.
Don't get greedy, Luke.
I want all of the time.
Cameron,
Yep.
make him be quiet.
Okay.
Go.
Alright, first one, obviously I mentioned before, Game of Thrones. Not going to go into it. Second one, I don't know if the people in America... No, you probably have heard of it. Misfits?
Yep.
Oh, God.
I exclude the final series the last series I watched, mainly because that was just gobshite and they killed off 2 of the best characters. But apart from that, brilliant series. It was like one of the channels over here, E4's signature shows. My third
Channel 4.
one is it was on E4 though. It was, my third one is the UK, not US, Shameless. I thought that was an incredibly good show.
Oh my god, I just remembered a show.
And the fourth one, like Luke said, being Human, the UK one, mainly because of good old Aidan Turner, who was a fantastic vampire. But yeah, those are my
He
favourites.
is.
See, I prefer Sam Witwer's vampire. I've watched both, and I prefer Sam Witwer as a vampire because he's fucking badass.
Yeah.
He's Sam Witwer. He was fucking Starkiller, man. And the voice of Darth Maul, and he was in Battlestar Galactica,
Okay.
and he was
moving on.
Doomsday. Yes, I'm a Witwer fan.
Nice.
Cat, now is
Meg.
not the time.
Meg, go.
Okay. So my all-time favorites, which I'm actually replacing one with another one because I was reminded of it. So my all-time favorites, when I was growing up, I watched so much Charmed. It
Yes.
was ridiculous. I loved that show, and it got me into like supernatural element type shows. So that is definitely one of my all-time favorites. Another all-time favorite is Friends, which has already been mentioned. I I actually really liked Phoebe.
That makes too much sense.
Shut up.
Which may or may not be an indictment of your mental state.
Yeah, get yourself checked.
And then Breaking Bad, which I'm surprised has not really been talked about on this podcast.
I would have mentioned it, but I haven't had like I only watched. I only started watching Breaking Bad just about when the 5th season started airing. That's when I got Netflix. So
Yeah,
I haven't
same here.
I haven't let it had time to grow on me properly yet. Probably like a year later, I'll reflect on it and say, oh, yeah, it was definitely one of the best shows I've ever met. Because I think it's really good. I thought it was brilliant, but
Well, also the only real thing to talk about it recently now is that there's not much news on the spin-off. Well, I haven't seen anything anyway.
no, and also, but I won't deny though that in Breaking Bad, what episode is it? It was like the third from last in the
Ozymandias.
Ozymandias. Oh, God, that was a. I think that's right. If any credit goes to Breaking Bad, it goes to that one episode definitely because.
Yeah, I've heard it's fantastic. Have not gotten there yet.
It's brilliant.
I'm actually only on season 3 right now, so I'm not even finished with it. And I still consider it one of my favorite shows.
I remember like Jack Patillo going on about it on the RC podcast and stuff like that, and then everyone was thinking like, oh, he's overhyping it, like he overhypes everything, but he had a right to overhype it because it is really good when you get to it.
It's not overhype. It's the appropriate amount of hype.
I think he was.
Anyways.
I think he was underhyping.
Fucking hype.
My 4th and final favorite show of all time, which is the one that I thought of while Cam was talking, is the UK version of Skins. That show messed me up. It was so good though, and I feel like I just really related to it because I related a lot to Effie's character. And I know that a lot of people are gonna say that because they're like, oh, teenage angst. But I have a lot of legitimate reasons that I actually really related to her character, and I loved the show so much, and it messed me up, especially the scene where the psychiatrist did the thing with the baseball bat and Freddy and but yeah, that is my 4th and final favorite show of all time. And obviously Supernatural is on there as my favorite show of all time, but I already mentioned it for shows on air. But
Alright, so we're doing this over Skype, and for some reason,
The call
your
dropped
audio
immediately.
just dropped. Right when you said what your 4th was going to be.
We don't know what it was.
Difficulty thing.
But we don't need a technical
we just
difficulty.
don't. Us four just don't know what the show is.
Locally, right, Meg?
yes, I am recording locally.
Alright, would you care repeating it for us? Because we did not hear you at all.
I said that my 4th and final favorite show was the UK version of Skins.
Ooh, good
Okay.
one.
Yes.
Alright, so now we got that out of the way. Alright, Born, you still with us?
We got Sherlock and Doctor Who, two top favourites. And then we got Life on Mars as well. Love that show.
Oh, that's
Such a good show.
Yeah.
Mars! Gene Hunt just makes it, just single-handedly.
He does.
And
Or as my mum used to call him, Jim Cunt. Sorry, my bad. Right, continue. Sorry.
and then finally we got Iron and Partridge, of course, just because.
Hey, what is that?
You and my dad would get on with each other.
Write
so
it in the
well.
Skype chat. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Alan Partridge.
In a pear tree. Sorry.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
I think we'll be on that season of Goodwill now.
What were you going to say, Josh?
I'm just going to say it's just the funniest show ever. I don't think I've laughed at a show harder than Iron and Partridge. It's what I fear.
What did you think of the movie?
I thought it was brilliant. I loved it.
It did make Steve Coogan like a household name for British comedy.
It did.
Though. Alan Partridge.
He's perfected the role over the years. It's just perfect.
Yeah.
I'm Alan Partridge.
Oh. That's it.
Alright. So, lastly, since we're well over an hour already, I'll just get mine out of the way.
Are we?
And we'll do a wrap-up. My shows all time, I only have one that's currently on the air. But my all-time favorite show has got to be Chuck. Which, coincidentally, is now all on Netflix, and I would highly recommend everybody who has Netflix watch the show. Best nerd show of all time. No joke. And you'll understand that right away. And because he essentially becomes downloads a supercomputer into his brain that his dad built in the 80s.
Yeah.
He built the architecture for it.
Okay.
And his dad is Scott Bakula. His mom is Linda Hamilton. Linda Hamilton. Sarah Connor.
Yeah.
Adam Baldwin is a Reagan-loving assassin who is his bodyguard. It's amazing. I mean, his language is grunts, and he drives an '85 Cadillac.
Oh God.
And it's amazing. It's got like a Transformers car. It's got missiles in the front. It's got fucking everything. Sarah Walker is played by Yvonne Strahovski, who is incredibly gorgeous.
Yes, she is.
His friend
Wasn't
Morgan.
she also the face model for Miranda in Mass Effect?
Yes, she was the voice and face model for Miranda.
Oh, that's
And-
her. Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's Yvonne Strahovski.
Well then, nerd
Which
fantasy fulfilled.
Russian-sounding name, actually Australian. Weird,
Mm.
but she's Australian.
Australia.
I wonder how well Mitch knows of her acting career.
Mitch knows her, like, on a first name basis.
Mitch knows
Yeah.
every
Every
Australian.
Australian
He
knows every other
probably does.
Australian.
But my
Yvonne.
second show, and to go off your point, Luna, about like favorite episodes. There's an episode in Chuck in this third season. There's 2 episodes. The mid-season finale has just a great story structure to being a mid-season finale, and I would say it's like the best mid-season finale I've ever watched from any show. It's got the right blend of humor with, solidly, heavy storytelling.
Yeah.
Because like Casey Baldwin character, he gets fired from the CIA and he becomes he really gets into his job at the Buy More, which is their fake Best Buy, and his best friend Morgan starts becoming more of into the spy world, and Chuck's like, Morgan, you're my only hope. Like, no, there is another, in his Yoda voice, and it cuts to Casey in a robe, and it's awesome. And then the third season, when they find out who the bad guy is, former Superman Daniel Routh, or did I say his name?
Got no
I have
idea.
no idea.
Brandon Routh.
Oh no, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
He's a good guy who becomes a bad guy and is one of the best villains I've ever watched. And he shoots his dad. And the soundtrack to the entire show soundtrack is really, really fucking great. Not quite Supernatural great, but really fucking great.
It's not supernatural.
Supernatural-
Great, but it's great.
Supernatural is like AC/DC, Kansas, Boston, Styx,
I'd have
Rock
Yeah, if you don't
music.
think Supernatural soundtrack is the greatest soundtrack ever,
then I
you're
hate
wrong.
you as a person.
Well, I haven't watched.
Don't like
I haven't
the
watched
soundtrack.
Supernatural, so I wouldn't know.
Come at me, bro.
There's a season.
Oh god, it's
There's a
so
season
good.
4 episode, a shapeshifter episode that, for like the full length of the song, they play filters. Hey man, nice shot. It's amazing. Like, what other show would do that in America? Just play rock music all the fucking time. We don't even do it at football games anymore.
That sucks.
It's like when the NFL played in London this year, the entire soundtrack was rock music.
Yeah.
And it was awesome.
Because in football here,
Not in America, because we like our pop music with our football.
no, football here in England, soundtracks usually always play when a player scores and does their stupid goal celebrations. But yeah,
But yeah, like, we play pop music for like warm up music, and she's like, no. Who gets pumped up to that
that's
shit?
because pop music is apparently the signature sound of this generation, which sucks.
And it's retarded.
But we'll get into that.
I
next
wonder
week.
what's going
Sneak
through
peek.
like Peyton Manning's mind when he hears that music. Like going, God fucking damn it.
Probably wants to punch someone. I don't.
Yeah.
Wait.
So Supernatural is my second. We already talked about it. My third favorite is more of a collection of things because they all exist in one universe. It is the DC animated universe,
Okay.
starting with Batman, Superman, Justice League Unlimited, and Static Shock, and Batman Beyond. Those shows like defined my comic book childhood, alongside X-Men and Spider-Man in the 90s. And my fourth is by far the funniest show I've ever watched, the American version, which is far superior to its British counterpart. Whose line is it anyway?
Oh, God, yeah.
yes.
The American version is just way funnier. Yeah.
I agree on that.
I can
one.
agree with that.
Yeah,
Full
I
perspective.
agree on
It's
that as well.
fantastic. And my favorite episode's got to be the Robin Williams episode or the Stephen Colbert episode. If you've never seen those 2 episodes, they're fully
Fair
on
enough.
YouTube. Go watch them.
I've seen
because they're utterly
I've seen the
fantastic.
Robin Williams
I
one.
swear to God, Robin Williams is high on fucking cocaine when he does this episode.
Didn't he take cocaine?
Yeah, he had a huge drug problem, like, and went through rehab after a New York stand-up special in like 2002.
Yeah.
And
Group call from LBF.
he did the episode in like 97 or something, and he just looks like he's coked out of his mind, going absolutely fucking bananas, and it's awesome. You just you're just captivated by, holy shit, this is Robin Williams.
I'm starting to
going
think
nuts.
he was on coke when he filmed Flubber, and that makes me sad because that was one of my childhood favorite movies. But anyway, yeah.
But he was like, when he's starting the show, when they're giving him like his intro, he's like, wait a minute, what am I doing here? I have a career. It's fucking great. One of the best episodes they ever did, and even their new stuff with Aisha Tyler's pretty damn funny too.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Aisha Tyler.
She's not quite Drew Carey as a host, but she's pretty good.
I like her as Lana in Archer.
Lana!
Danger Zone!
That was so totally ninja. And Archer would be on my list if I had a fifth.
This is how we get ants.
Yes.
I love that show.
And Ray is the fucking man. Despite the fact that he's a gay Olympian.
Well,
Yes.
sister, what's wrong with that?
Nothing. It's just how they play the character is great.
It's not homophobic whatsoever.
He's a blonde gay with a huge mustache, and he won a gold. He won the silver in the Olympics, and yeah, it's great.
It's just funny how his backstory is. That's the point.
Yes, it was awesome.
Yeah.
But that's my TV list. We had a lot of commonality.
Very.
I don't like it.
It's nice to.
think
it's nice to see we all
we
think
need to-
similar.
But that's not good. We're gonna get into a groupthink scenario. Get into something like the Vietnam War, and then we're all fucked.
No, if we get onto the topic of wars and stuff like that, that's the day this podcast dies.
I'm done. I'll be hiding in a cave.
But unless it's evil, we're discussing how evil Lucas is gonna take over the world. Then it's interesting.
Maybe.
No,
I don't think
Because
there's
I keep America. I get the Midwest. Pretty
Yeah, but
much.
I think
we already discussed
I think
this.
in that
Yeah,
world,
I've got the West Coast.
I think in that world though, because I've made some Welsh banter, I don't have a place in it. I probably have a place like 50 feet in a hole.
Oh no, you have
See,
a place, Killy.
Am I
Evil
going to
Lucas
be your
and I-
jester by any chance?
No, you are going to be in charge of Antarctica.
What am I in charge of?
Bugger.
I want to know.
And you will make it the best damn ice
want
cap in the
Uranus.
world.
Great, so I've got to freeze
I want the
up. So
solar
I've got to
system.
freeze with the Inuit. Oh no, the Inuits in the north, aren't they?
Yep.
Yes.
Damn it, I'm on my own.
I want the moon.
I'm just gonna drop you off on the continent.
Am I going to be like Kirk from the first film? I'm just going to have to run and make sure these giant beasties don't eat me.
What,
You
the
could be the
penguins?
troll hunter.
Yeah.
March of
Them
the Penguins.
penguins are vicious.
And Morgan Freeman will narrate your death.
Oh, I haven't seen March of the Penguins. Cheers to that massive spoiler in life. Death. Death is at the end.
I just
Well,
got,
and it's Morgan Freeman saying, death.
I've got this idea in my head that Killy's walking through Antarctica, and then there's a penguin. And he's like, "Oh, hey, little guy," and then the penguin just pulls out a switchblade. It's like, let's go.
You came to the wrong
Have you ever
neighbourhood.
seen, have you
Wrong
seen the
neighbourhood.
Simpsons movie to the bit where Homer's playing Grand Theft Walrus and that penguin just does the dance outside the TV shop and gets shot with a shotgun?
Yeah.
I can imagine myself doing that now in the Antarctic for some reason. He pulls a switchblade, I'm going to cap him in the face.
Okay, so I think we are pretty much done.
Yeah, we
I
should
really
wrap
need
this
I need
up.
to- Just before we go
that's
over.
why.
It has been lovely speaking to you all. Thank you all for being here.
You're
Tune in
welcome.
next time.
Where's my money? Where's my money?
Yeah, I want my
you
penny.
told
You're
me.
not getting any
Time
money.
for
You told me I'd
another
get $5.
Cost 10
scintillating
quid.
adventure of Let's Be Friends.
Bye bye.
Good night,
Bye.
everybody.
See ya.
Bye.
Well, good afternoon for me, because America.
Good night,
Welcome.
Lucas. Good night,
Yeah.
Meg. Good night, Bourne.
Good
Good
night.
night, War.
Good night, Moon. Go fuck yourself.